Hello, my friends, and welcome back. A very interesting piece of news that I just stumbled over comes from Turkey, from our friend Erdogan. I know Erdogan is a very tough guy, and I know that he wants to play a very important role on the global dynamic, or should I put it, affairs. And maybe he can play because he's in a very strategic um, global location. Great over there with Bosphorus, with Dardanelle, with between Asia and Europe, and between Asia and Russia. It's very Middle Eastern. Russia. It is like a center of the world right there. He's got what, two pipelines, I think, gas pipelines coming from Russia, one through the Black Sea and one from the territory of Turkey. Uh, it's very strategically, very important strategic point. It seems like, and it plays at both ends. Whomever bids more, he's looking for his own interest and for his country's interest, which that's the how do you call it? That's the task of a leader. That's why you're over there for your people. So Turkey is a NATO country, right? It's important over there. Well, it's not in the European Union. They gave up on that after the Europeans made it so hard for them to join. But all of a sudden, they just will get Ukraine like that. That tells you a lot. They were not meant to. So this article is from Reuters from Saturday, uh, still today, April 23rd, 2022. And it says Turkish airspace closed to planes carrying troops from Russia to Syria, TRT cites minister. Why from Russia to Syria and not from Syria to Russia? I thought that the troops are coming from Syria to Russia with troops, not vice versa. Something happening in Syria and I'm not aware of? Maybe. Uh, so, um, so Istanbul, Turkish airspace has been closed to military and civilian planes carrying troops from Russia to Syria after consultation with Moscow. Turkish state broadcaster TRT Haber cited Foreign Minister Mevlut Cavusoglu as saying on Saturday. NATO member Turkey has good relations with both Russia and Ukraine and has sought to mediate in the war between them. We closed airspace to Russia's military planes and even to civilian planes going to Syria and carrying soldiers. Cavusoglu was quoted as saying to reporters on a plane en route to Uruguay. He said permission had been given for a 3-month period until April, and then the flight stopped. Okay, he said talks were continuing between Russia and Ukraine, and the sides were working towards a draft joint declaration. I think that's a long way to the top. If you want to rock and roll, I don't think so. But nevertheless, it's not between these guys, but nevertheless, we'll see. Cavusoglu said if progress is made in negotiations, Russian President Vladimir Putin and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky had agreed that a meeting could be held in Turkey. Ooh, that's very interesting. Very interesting. Uh, I don't foresee that happening. First, I don't foresee. I don't know. I should not say anything because a lot of things could happen. It's a lot of variables here, and I don't want to say anything about that. Nevertheless, I don't know why that airspace was closed though, and only from Russia to Syria, the civilian and military, and why not from Syria to Russia? That means mercenaries can fly over, but You can't bring to Syria what? Planes? I don't know. Maybe you guys do some digging into that one. I don't know if it was, I don't know. I really don't, doesn't make sense to me. Maybe you guys have some ideas regarding that, but unless it's something happening in Syria that is worth noticing, then yes. But even then, why? I mean, you want to block the why civilians? Is because these guys are the Turks are pounding the Kurds in the North Iraq. Is that what it is? Uh, I don't know. We'll find out, I guess. Mr. Erdogan is a tough guy, but I think from, if you remember correctly, maybe he owes Putin something. Remember that little attempted military coup that there were some allegations and some report that Erdogan was actually saved and guarded by, but these are allegations by some Russian military troops sent by Putin or something, and that's how he. But I don't know if that's correct, because if you think about it, it was about military and military. If the military would have, the entire Turkish military would have just switched sides with those 20, 50 Russian military present, let's say, uh, like a bodyguards unit around Erdogan, would have made it just, maybe they just would have saved his life, but the country would have been in the military's hands and would be a military leadership right now. But I don't know yet. We'll see. Well, thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just. See you.